He thought he was doing the right thing. When the situation escalated, he picked up his phone and dialed 911. But hours later, he was the one in handcuffs. Inside the courtroom of David Fleischer, the defendant stood confused, facing charges stemming from the very call he made for help. The prosecutor began by outlining the sequence of events. Officers responded to a 911 call reporting a heated domestic dispute. The caller, this defendant, claimed he felt threatened and needed police assistance. When officers arrived, body camera footage told a more complicated story. The alleged victim had visible injuries. Witnesses described the defendant as the aggressor. And during the investigation, officers discovered outstanding warrants connected to prior unresolved cases. Defense counsel argued that the defendant called 911 because he feared escalation, not because he was guilty. They emphasized that calling for help shouldn't automatically make someone the suspect. But the prosecutor countered with physical evidence and statements taken at the scene. The responding officers testified that the situation didn't match the caller's version of events. Judge Fleischer watched carefully as the footage played in court. On video, the defendant appeared agitated. Officers asked basic questions. The story shifted slightly with each retelling. Meanwhile, the alleged victim's injuries were documented. The judge asked directly, "When you called 911, what exactly were you reporting?" The defendant replied that he felt threatened and overwhelmed. But the evidence suggested something different. Judge Fleischer explained a critical legal principle: calling 911 does not grant immunity. Law enforcement responds to investigate facts, not to automatically side with a caller. If evidence reveals criminal conduct, officers are obligated to act accordingly. Then came the additional twist: the outstanding warrants. Even if the initial call had been unclear, the existence of active warrants required arrest under the law. Defense asked for bond consideration, emphasizing employment and family obligations. The prosecutor stressed the seriousness of the alleged conduct and the prior history reflected in the warrants. After reviewing the full record, Judge Fleischer ruled that probable cause supported the arrest and that bond conditions would need to reflect both the new charges and prior noncompliance. The defendant would remain in custody pending further proceedings. Before closing, Judge Fleischer delivered a measured statement. Calling for help is never wrong, but help does not erase accountability. The gavel struck, and the courtroom was left with a powerful reminder. When you call 911, the truth comes with it.